Good morning. This is Donna Pagliarani with Century 21 Signature Properties, and I'm here to talk to you about buying your first home. So maybe you've decided that you and your significant other, or you by yourself, want to buy a home or a condo, whatever it may be. So you do the first thing that most buyers will do is you hit the internet, right? And so you'll find realtor.com, you'll find Zillow, you'll start searching for homes, and maybe you'll even see something that looks pretty amazing. You're like, oh my gosh, I love this house. I would love to live here, right? Awesomeness, right? So you click the button, you call the agent that's listed there, and you set up a showing. So you go and you love the house, you think it's amazing, and you're like, hey, I want to buy this house. But there's a little problem, right? There's 3 or 4 other buyers out there, and many of them are already pre-approved. They might even be a cash buyer, and here you are. You don't even have a pre-approval letter. You don't even know how much money you can afford to spend on a home. So one of the things that I do as a certified buyer's representative is I school my buyers on the buying process. There is actually a very specific process that needs to be followed when you want to buy a home, and it can be very confusing for the consumer. And one of the first steps is to get you set up with a lender so we know exactly how much you can afford to spend on your first home. Or it might not be your first home. It might have been a while since you bought a home. You know, the process was a lot different 30, even 40 years ago. Even 20 years ago it was very different. So we're going to hook you up with a lender. We're going to find out even whether or not you can or cannot buy a home, but also exactly how much money you can afford to spend. How much do you have for a down payment? There are little or no money down programs, but you may not qualify for those programs. There's also VA programs, but there's certain credit criteria for each specific program. So what a buyer's agent can do is help to navigate you through that all the red tape of trying to figure it out. Because the worst thing that can happen is if I take you out to look at a home, for example, that costs $500,000, it's an amazing home. It has all the must-haves, the master suite, right? Maybe even this amazing backyard. Maybe there's an HOA with some great amenities. And then we find out you can only afford maybe $350,000, $375,000. So you're going to have to go and start looking at houses that are less than what you had your heart set on. And that can be very disappointing for a buyer, and it may even turn you off, and you may say, hey, I don't really even want to buy a house right now. So if you're interested at all in buying, now is a great time to buy. In spite of what you might see, in spite of the snow that we got on the ground yesterday, we can still take you out and show you homes. So if you're thinking at all about buying a house, give me a call, 508-942-0911. My name's Donna Pagliarani, and I'm with Century 21 Signature Properties. I hope to see you out there looking for a home soon.